Okay, it has been a minute since I have shared this story, so I'm really excited to share this with you today. So thank you so much for popping in here, being curious about my business coaching story, how I started where I was and how I got to where I am now. So if you're new here, my name is Steph Rempel, and I have been running my business online, coaching women for 4 years. So since 2015. Yes, 2015. And so I wanted to share with you first how this started, like where this all began for me and what started this. Because I didn't get into this being like, I'm going to start a business and quit my job and work from home and help women. I started this because I had just suffered through my very first winter of depression. And this runs in my family. Mental health is a big thing in my family. And at first, when I first kind of came out of that winter and realized what it was, I was like, okay, this is just what happens in my family. We just get depressed, and this is kind of how it's going to be for my life. And then I gave my head a shake, and I was like, oh, hell no. I'm not living this way. This isn't how I'm going to live my life. And so I saw someone sharing and talking and posting on Instagram about like a home workout and like a group. And I was like, you know what? I don't even know what this is, but this girl seems really happy and it seems like it's working for her. She has lost some weight, she's looking good, and she just seems really happy. So you know what? Let's just give this a go. And Keith and I actually did it together. My husband and I did it together because we had both just gained some weight and we just weren't feeling good. And so I had done home workouts before. Keith had never done anything at home before. He was more like sports active, but like not gym. He wasn't like in a soccer league or anything like that. And so we just bought this home workout. It came with like a nutrition shake and a meal plan, and we were like, we don't even know what we're doing, but we're just gonna do this. And away we went. And after a couple of months, I started, a week in, I was already sleeping better. But after a couple months, not only had I dropped the weight that I had gained over the winter, but I also just felt really fucking good. Like I was starting to be happy. I was starting to be lighter. My attitude was different. People started noticing. And I was telling people what I was doing. This is so much fun. And the gal that got me started said to me, like, do you want to coach, Steph? Do you want to do this too? And I was like not right now because like I'm just too busy. And at the time, what was really in my head was that I just needed to make sure that I was ready, because I'm the kind of person, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it. Like I'm not going to half-ass do it if I'm going all in. So a couple weeks later, I was like, okay, yes, I'm in. I'm going to do this. And I had tried like a little kind of like home business thing before, but it just wasn't right. And so I still remember the day in our living room over there. Keith was on the couch and I went up to him and I was like, so I think I want to become a Beachbody coach and like help other people. And I remember I thought that he was going to like have all of these like objections and like tell me that I shouldn't do it. And he just looked at me and he was like, you know what, Steph? If that makes you happy and you don't spend all of our money on it, I don't care. Do whatever you want. Do whatever makes you happy. And I was just like, okay. And so, away I went. And obviously Keith could tell, like he had already noticed the changes in me, and he'd noticed them in himself, but because I was a part of these groups and feeling inspired and getting all excited, I would just like, he noticed those changes in me. So he was like, yeah, go do whatever you want. Like go do it if it makes you happy and you don't spend all of our money. So away I went. And basically, long story short, that was in 2015, and every month since I started in, I think June or July of 2015, I have ran a women's fit group every month since then. Now, here's what's really fun is that how this has evolved for me over the years is it started with workouts and with food. But then it evolved into, 2 years into that, I got like the worst anxiety of my life, and I felt it every day, and I was having panic attacks, and I was crying on the bathroom floor, and I was deep breathing in the bathroom at work, just trying to get through my life. And so I started integrating anxiety tips and anxiety help and anxiety guidance into my group. So I started attracting more women that were suffering from anxiety because keeping active is such a good way to combat. Making sure you're eating foods that are fueling your body and not loaded with sugar is really good for your mental health. And so those anxiety tips started rolling in. And then I started learning more about getting out in nature, using meditation, music, and fun. And so I started incorporating that into my groups. And then just in the last year or so, within myself, I've really discovered a more spiritual side. And so I started creating my own meditations. I started doing my own spiritual conduit, psychic readings to help people. And so I had no idea when I bought a home workout program that I was going to start helping women with their workouts and with their food. And then I had no idea that I was going to be this influencer? I don't even know. Someone for people to look up to about mental health. I didn't know I was going to do that. I didn't know that I was going to be doing, sharing guided meditations with people. And I sure as hell had no idea that I was going to be basically like a psychic. I didn't know that was going to happen. I had no idea that was going to happen. And so basically my business evolved from here to where it is now, and that's kind of where this all came in. And so when you look at my social media, you might see Steph is talking about this, and she's talking about this, and she's talking about this, and there's so many facets of what she does with her business, but she's so excited about it, and she's so passionate about it, and talking about all of these things. And that's because I have just really learned in the past year or so to just show up and be me and share what lights me up and share what excites me and use my stories and what I've been through and what I'm going through to inspire other people to be their best self. So really, when you just put it in a little nutshell, this is a nutshell. I'm just here to help women live their best life. And so for me, that started with fitness. And so what I really want to share with you, if you're watching this and you're like, I'm really curious about all of this because I would like to help people. I would like to make a difference in the world. I would like to work from home sometimes. I would like to bring in extra income for my family. And I'm going to share a little bit more, or a bit more about that in my video tomorrow, really about my business and what it looked like and how it grew, like the inner workings of what I was actually doing, because I started this part-time. I was working full-time at the salon, and then eventually I cut down my hours, and then eventually in December of 2018, I quit at my job and I'm doing my business full-time. And my husband and I are traveling and we're doing all these fun things and we're just like living our best life. And so this is what I want for anyone that is watching that's curious and just thinking, can I do this? Why can't I do this? If Steph can do this, why can't I? And what's so fun about any women that join my team is that I really encourage each and every individual to look at it and to learn and then take it and do their own thing. If you're not a person that has anxiety, you don't have to talk about anxiety in your fit groups or in your social media when you're sharing. You get to show up and be you. And that's what we all want in this world. We want to show up and be ourselves, be a good person, help people, make a difference. And so I'm so excited that you are here. The emails over the next couple of days that you're going to be receiving will share a little bit more of my story with you. And I'm just so excited to have you along for this ride because I am really just getting started with this. I don't know if you can tell how excited I am right now, and I keep talking with my hands, but that's just how you know I'm excited. I feel like I'm just getting started with really understanding who I am, which means that I'm ready. Like, I am ready for women to come onto my team. I am ready for us to create this sisterhood, this like soul connection where we're all just gonna be like having fun and like living our best lives and helping other people to do that too. So super excited. There'll be another video coming your way tomorrow, and I cannot wait to just share this story with you. So thank you so much for being here. And if you have any questions from this video today, you just send me an email back and ask the questions. Mwah!